Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're back with another Q&A video. This is going to be episode 7?
Episode 7.
Yeah.
Season 2.
And so, getting right into it, our first two questions are related. The first one comes from Uriel Gonzalez, and they say, do you have a best survivor team / gear? And the next one comes from Vaishali Kamble, and they say, can you
Campbell?
make... Campbell?
Is it? I don't know. It looks like an amble, but with a K.
Yeah. Can you make a series where you go over what gears will be best for the characters, both for MP and Survivor?
Okay, so in some ways, these are almost impossible questions to answer. But in another way, we've actually already answered them, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a video showing how we complete Survivor, and that's pretty much exactly the gears and the teams that we like. So the link is going to be in the description. And we've also done loads and loads of multiplayer online videos showing us winning epic and ultimate ladders. So in pretty much every one of our MP videos, I think, we talk about our strategy for who we're picking for team members, you know, the roles they play.
Yeah, why we're picking them.
Right, how we plan on using them, you know, even why one person might be in the first slot and not somewhere else. And our approach if certain opponents are in play.
Like Raven.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's even a short playlist for how to make an MP team of 2 videos, and we cut it short because it didn't seem popular enough.
Yeah.
And another playlist of all our multiplayer videos, so again, links in the description. You know what, I'm sure lots of people have different opinions about which characters they think are the best because of what they like, but I think even if we go with exactly what we think, it'd be impossible to sum up literally hours of filming in the months we've got left before Injustice 2 comes out.
Yeah, if that turns out to be a big thing, especially.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, if you're really interested, I think I can honestly say that we've actually answered that in a lot of ways, but not in one place. That it really over the course of the couple of years that we've been doing Injustice videos.
Yeah. Our next question comes from Atrocitus Gaming, and they say, hi, I was wondering who each of your favorite characters is from DC Comics.
Oh, I like this question. And I guess...
That's a hard one.
Well, it depends on how you break it down, right? Like, if you want to talk about just a character that, you know, you just like for no particular reason, independent of anything else, I'd probably like Lobo the best.
Well, he is our channel
Yeah.
icon.
Partly because the first time I ever saw him was the beautiful, really beautiful Simon Bisley rendition that he'd done for the miniseries. Gorgeous painted covers, and one of the few times that Simon Bisley actually did the interiors.
Yeah, if you're talking about characters we like to play, your favorite is definitely the Flash.
Absolutely.
If we're just talking about characters that we have positive associations with, I like Black Adam.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of
that was the first gold guy.
character.
Yeah.
That I ever got. And also because he's from the Shazam universe, and that reminds me of Komoda and all that stuff.
Right. Oh, you know what? And to answer in an unorthodox way, I think my favorite character from DC Comics, while he was doing DC Comics, was Alan Moore. See, he's a real person. He's not. He's sort of a bit of a character with all his witchcraft stuff, but he's written some of the absolute best comic book stories I've ever read.
Like The Killing Joke, and he did that Saga of the Swamp Thing.
Oh God, back when he did that, and he deconstructed the whole idea of Swamp Thing, made it seem ridiculous, and created a whole new story that was compelling and moving and human and monstrous. It was just spectacular. I couldn't believe what he'd done, and he tied it into science in a way that made it believable while keeping all those kind of over-the-top fantastic horror elements in it.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I do have a definitive answer. I just thought about this now. It's Snowflame, the cocaine supervillain. That is official DC canon.
Oh God.
Where every single part of his personality is based around cocaine. That's his superpower. That's his kit. That's his weakness is an addiction to cocaine, which is kind of funny. But yeah, he's given superhuman strength and capabilities, and he has pyrokinesis while he's on cocaine. That's my favorite DC character.
Should we end it on that? I meant to say, you know what? Actually, my favorite character, I think overall, has got to be Batman. Simply because he's been around for so long, and there've been so many great stories written about him. And you know, the thing is, a character is always defined by the stories he's in.
Yeah.
And no one has ever stayed long enough on a title to really completely define it so that nobody else can ever change it. So that's my Batman to your Snowflame.
See, what the problem is Snowflame gives people a contact high, and Batman's not going to be great with all his planning.
Oh, he's
his foresight. If the second he gets touched,
okay.
he's...
Batman's more of a downer.
He's on a trip.
And Snowflame is more of an upper. So I guess that's a nice contrast.
Yeah. So, there we go. Our next question comes from Jadon Watson. And they say, who do you think is better? Godfall Superman, reflect on every block, or Man of Steel Superman? 30% chance of using specials without power.
Alright, so this is a good example of a question where the answer is almost always, it depends. So if you're looking for a guy who can solo the fight, and everyone else's support, then Godfall Superman's probably better, because Man of Steel doesn't work as the anchor because there's too many special evaders.
Yeah.
But if he's on a team that already has a basic damage dealer, I think Man of Steel is better sort of back up the specialist, and he can totally change the game. If you drop him with a couple bars, and he gets a few times where he just doesn't use any power, man, he can be spectacular.
Yeah, and I think that feels wholly satisfying in a different way that it doesn't when it requires careful planning and blocking.
Yeah.
Just to kind of by accident get all those blocks, I think feels a little better.
So maybe Man of Steel is more fun, but Godfall Superman does a lot of that grunt work.
Yeah. Okay, our next question is on our recent breakthrough video where we talk about the best gold team. And this is from Jack Thompson. They say, why not use the Batmobile on Arkham Knight Batman and 2 other gears that help him his crit chance and damage like 2-piece LexCorp? You would take a lot less damage because of the invulnerability, and you can start at 3 bars with Batgirl anyway.
I guess the fundamental thing is that we think the amount of damage you take doesn't matter. I mean, if this were Survivor, I think we'd care.
Yeah.
But because it's breakthrough and we're basically glitching to unlock as many characters as possible, the promotions for them at least, we care more about getting through things as fast as possible.
Yeah, because when you're really just on the grind, it's different if you only are playing it once a day and you're not planning on doing anything else in particular and you just feel like playing kind of a round of something.
Yeah.
But this is a little bit different. Because
you imply you're talking about the invulnerability, so you're implying that we're going to do special 3, right? The animation for that takes a while. And even just one special 1 can take out 4 or 5 of the first 6 opponents in the first 2 rounds of breakthrough. And, Arkham Knight Batman doesn't need any health to take care of Ares with our current gear loadout.
Because really, getting smacked to death is almost never the issue with Ares if you're using gold characters.
Right. So when we're fighting against Ares, the only crit that matters is increased crit chance on special 2. Getting as high as possible, the damage doesn't really matter, but getting the chance of critting is it, because I don't want to have to do that sliding game. I hate that sliding game.
Yeah. And then another question that's pretty relevant to this, also in the same breakthrough video, comes from Darewin Ocampo. And they say, I'm using the Arkham Knight Batman with League of Assassins Knives, Ibistic, and Enchantress. Arkham Knight Batman Special 2 can kill the full HP Raven. Afterwards, if the Flash tags in, you'll get hit by the Enchantress skulls, and cellular regeneration won't heal the damage. Ibistic is just for damage over time. Batman Special 2 can also one-shot a full health Ares if it crits. My second character is Rebirth Green Lantern with Razgul Scimitar, Gauntlets of Azrael, and Ares' signature gear. She can kill the Flash with 1 light combo.
Yeah, so we touched on this. I mean, the main reasoning for our setup is we want to finish Insurgency Ares in 1 hit consistently. And your loadout is fine if you're willing to play that sliding minigame half the time, because when his Special 2 doesn't crit, Ares still has about half his health left, right? But you know what I want to mention, though? I like your strategy for using Enchantress to handle Reverse Flash's cellular regeneration at the tail end of specials.
Yeah.
But really, I find Ares so much more annoying than Reverse Flash. So having 2 pieces of gear with each with having 30% crit chance on Special 2, it seems like it's guaranteeing a crit. I haven't played it once where it didn't crit.
Yeah, even though it should be just under 100% chance, realistically.
Right. So I guess it's a matter of picking your poison, right? Half the time with your build, Ares doesn't get 1-hit KO. But with my build, half the time Reverse Flash comes in and gets cellular regen. But, you can see with the fights that we did in Breakthrough, even when he does regen, he doesn't last very long.
Mm-hmm. And so we're going to end not on a question, but just a little bit of housekeeping, a little bit of information that doesn't lend itself to any specific visuals or maybe its own separate video.
Right, okay. If you're locked out of Breakthrough, where you're stuck on the screen to pick a guy to unlock a promotion, and they're all grayed out because it's the wrong guy, it can be fixed. We can confirm that by logging into your account with Injustice version 2.12, if you force a sync with the server, then you log out, then you log back in on a device running version 2.13, all Breakthrough progress is lost.
Who thought it would be so convenient to switch over phones right around?
Yeah, no kidding, right? So what that means when you lose Breakthrough progress is you lose any unlocked promotions. They don't stay. But that's also the reason why it works, because then you're no longer locked into Breakthrough at the victory page. All that progress is done, and it's like you're coming in fresh.
Yeah. So you essentially get rid of any trace of Breakthrough on your phone and then come back in and they're like, oh, you're updating? Here, Breakthrough.
And the interesting part that doesn't seem as intuitively obvious is that if you had any people that were promoted past 7, if they're at level 50, they probably will stay at level 50. But if they've gone any higher than level 50, they'll be reduced to promotion 7, but to level 25. And we haven't tested enough to know if this is happening consistently, but it has happened. So just keep that in mind. The biggest danger with this really is that unless you've had the foresight to keep device running 2.12, you're left at the mercy of searching around on the internet for somebody who's uploaded an APK of 2.12. And I've always been a little bit wary of that, because I don't really trust these kind of downloads and getting malware or virus or whatever.
Yeah, and if I'm right, doesn't downloading an APK bypass the actual permission request?
You have to, right. You got to change the settings in your phone so that it allows you to install programs outside of Google Play.
Yeah, so you just always have to be careful same with downloading anything that you don't know, especially when it's not from Google Play, which is, I guess, the reputable source on the platform. You always got to be careful of viruses or just giving people permissions for stuff.
Yeah. Just, I'm a little suspicious. I've always been a bit of a cynic and suspicious, so...
Put on your tinfoil hat.
Timing's pretty good. I think we're almost done.
Yeah.
Bullet time.
Nice.
I find Red Sun Green Lantern the most annoying because he takes away the crit and that slows everything down so much. Which is why that fight took a minute and a half. Alright, very good.
So there we go. Perfect timing. That's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you next time.
Komoda.